Hi, my shoe is coming out today, so I wanted to talk about some of the basic things that we really want to consider on shoeing day. You want to make sure that there is a flat, well-lit area that your horse is comfortable in. So be sure to accustom your horse to the shoeing area before the shoer comes out. This is something that might take a couple days or even a month of working on every day. If your horse isn't going to be comfortable in the shoeing area, you might need to talk to your veterinarian about some type of sedation that might work until you can train your horse to be able to stand patiently and safely for the shoer. You also want to consider the amount of time that it takes for your horse to either be trimmed or shod. Most shoeings are anywhere from 90 minutes to a little bit over 2 hours. And so your horse needs to be comfortable standing in the farrier area for that amount of time. This is also not the time that you would pull your horse's mane, groom your horse, cuddle on your horse. This is shoeing time, serious business, and the horse needs to stand still and safely so that your shoer can work without having to think so much about whether or not he's going to get trampled. So even thinking about things like the traffic pattern around the shoeing area, if horses or vehicles going by bother your horse, that might not be the best choice for where to shoe that horse until he's more comfortable with it. If you have a young horse, they may need some exercise before shoeing. I often lunge my horse just 10 minutes at the trot. It's enough to take a little bit of the edge off, and then they're more comfortable wanting to stand still. Also, with an older horse, they might have a hard time bending their joints and holding their leg up for a long time. So you might need to have a conversation with your veterinarian about something like Equiox or Bute and starting it a few days before the shoer comes out. But your vet will be able to advise you as to whether or not your horse is a good candidate for that, what the dosage would be, and how frequently you would be doing that. But that's something that they are willing to talk with you about if you have an older horse that's starting to have problems holding their legs up for the shoer. You can help by taking a few days before the shoeing and just start leading your horse up and down hills and over raised poles. Getting them to bend those joints is really going to help them to be able to be prepared for holding their legs up for the farrier. You want to have your horse clean and dry for the farrier. There's nothing worse than having to wrap your legs in your arm and have your shoulder on a horse that's soaking wet and covered in mud. So be sure to bring your horse in with enough time for them to dry before the shoer comes out, and just use a hard brush and just brush that mud off of them. Really, the shoers don't mind if the horses have dirt on them. They really do mind if the horse is wet. That's just not a fun process for them. You may also want to put some fly spray on your horse if it's summer before the shoer comes out. I try not to put a lot on the legs because the shoer's face and hands are down there. Our skin soaks in that product a lot more than the horse's thicker skin, and so they don't need to be having a whole bunch of fly spray all over them. But I'll definitely spray the horse's body really well, wipe their face and ears down, and then I might do them a little bit above the knees and hocks, and I spray the farrier area on the walls and the floor so that the flies are a little bit less likely to come around. A fan is also really helpful in keeping the flies away and keeping your shoer cool on a warm summer day. The last thing that I really think about is make sure to pay your shoer on time. If you wait 3 or 4 days or a week or until the next shoeing to pay your shoer, they're going to be less likely to even want to put you on their schedule. They have a physically demanding job, They have a very expensive truck full of very expensive equipment that they have to drive around from barn to barn. That takes them a lot of time. Their insurance is expensive, and if they get hurt, they have no income at all. And so really be timely with your payment to your shoer to show them how much you appreciate them coming out, and they will show you that respect back. I hope this answers some basic questions on having your horse ready for the shoer and what you can do to help make it a more enjoyable experience for both your horse and your shoer. Happy riding, everyone.